Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pampered Chef Live. We're so glad to have you with us tonight. Thank you for joining us. My name is Michael, and I'm your moderator tonight. Where are you joining from tonight? Post in the chat, let us know. And if you're here because your consultant invited us, we love to know that. Share an emoji reaction. How are you feeling? However you are feeling, we're so glad you're with us tonight. So during the next 30 to 45 minutes or so, we'll be joining Joy from her home kitchen as she teaches us how to cozy up with the build your own chili board and an easy hot apple cider. It's going to be a lot of fun. After the cooking demo, we will be selecting 3 attendees for giveaways. And if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to register for the event right away through Zoom so you can be eligible for tonight's drawing as well. And for the last part of the event, we'll have a personal Q&A time with Joy about the recipe and the products she used, and some frequently asked questions about her experience as a consultant. Be sure to stick around for that. Couple housekeeping notes before we get started, then I'm going to get out of the way. First of all, the recipe handout for tonight was included in the emails before the event, and you'll get it again in another email in about an hour or so after the event. It's easy to miss, but it's in there. Look for the email you got from Zoom, and there's a little text box that says recipe handout for tonight's event or something along those lines. Look for that. It's easy to miss, but it is there, I promise you. And second of all, there's going to be a survey that pops up when you sign off of Zoom, and we want your feedback. And we select one winner every week for a bonus giveaway from that survey. So if you want another chance to win, give us your thoughts, and you can be honest where we can handle it, and we want to handle it. So give us your thoughts. And if you have a question you'd like for us to answer or Joy to answer, drop it in the Q&A feature here in Zoom, different from the chat feed. Our staff are responding to questions on the back end, and we'll try to answer your questions about products as much as we can right in the moment. And we'll save some questions for Joy to answer at the end. And lastly, speaking of chat, if the chat is getting a little too busy for your advice, I know sometimes it's hard to kind of figure out how to turn it off, but look for there's a little chat window, and you can click the arrow and uncheck the box to show the chat preview. Uncheck that box. One other quick announcement unique to this week is for those of you who join us regularly, we will not be having an event next week, Tuesday, because of the US presidential election day. So we will be picking up our rhythm again on Tuesday, November 12th. So if you are wondering where we are next week, we're doing our civic duty. We hope you do the same, but we will pick up again on November 12th. So no event next week, and then we're back to it after that. All right? So, but we are having an event right now, and I'm ready for it to start. So I think it's time for us to grab a beverage and relax, and let's get cooking. So I'm going to hand it over to you. Take it away, Joy. Let's go from here.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Michael, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you to Pampered Chef for this incredible opportunity. My name is Joy. I am a mom of 3. I work full-time, and I've been with Pampered Chef for 11 years. I started in November of 2013 because I was looking for some extra money for Christmas. So this is like my anniversary season, so I'm really excited to be here with you guys today to share some really delicious recipes. So I want to know in the chat, when you think of cozy, what kind of images come up for you? I mean, for me, it's all about like a warm blanket, maybe next to a fire with a cup of tea or maybe a glass of wine and a really good book. That's cozy in my book. But when I think of food, I'm thinking of a soup or a hearty stew, a chili, something in a bowl that I can just tuck into. So tonight we are going to make a pressure cooker chili. We are going to make a hot spiced apple cider. And we are going to put together all of those amazing toppings into like a charcuterie board, a chili cooterie board, if you will. And of course, no chili is complete without cornbread. So that is where we're actually going to start tonight. Now, that is a lot going on, you guys. So don't worry, you will get the replay if you're registered. So you'll be able to watch all of this again. And of course, you'll have the recipes too that you can recreate this magic in your own kitchen. All right. So to get started, I've got my oven preheated to 425 degrees. And the cornbread we're going to be making is Pampered Chef's brand new sweet cornbread. This is buttery, it's sweet, it's incredible, incredible cornbread. I'm really excited about it. the best part of the evening. So we're going to put this right in the bowl. And this only requires 3 ingredients, you guys. How easy is that? Okay. We are going to add in 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup of melted butter, and 1 cup of buttermilk. Now, I am not the kind of person that keeps buttermilk in their fridge. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, my grandpa, he used to drink buttermilk straight. I mean, it was country, okay? Country and old school, but that is not the life that I live. So what I'm going to do is substitute in buttermilk, and I'm going to show you how to just sort of make it when you don't have it on hand. So you take a cup of regular milk and add in 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. Or if you don't have white vinegar, you can also use lemon juice. That works too. So just put that in and give that a stir. So the acid actually works to thicken up the milk and kind of turns it into buttermilk. So that is a great tip. Buttermilk, I love the thickness of it. It's got a great tang, but again, it's not something that I use on a regular basis. So this is a really nice trick to have in your pocket whenever you need it. So if you like to make buttermilk, not buttermilk, cornbread, mercy. I'm nervous, y'all. I hope you don't mind. If you like to make cornbread, tell me in the comments, do you jazz it up? I mean, are you a cornbread purist, or do you like to add a little something something to make it a little bit special? I am going to add a little bit of cheese in here, and my favorite secret ingredient, cream corn. Yes, I like to add a little bit of cream corn into my cornbread. I feel like it adds a little bit of moisture. It also really pumps up that corn flavor. So I've got some pre-shredded cheese here. We're going to use some of it now and some of it for our chili charcuterie board later. So I'm probably going to drop in about a 1/2 cup or there. I don't really measure. I just sort of eyeball it. So I don't know. Anybody else like that? We don't really measure. We just sort of eyeball. We do what feels right, you know? All right. So 1/2 cup, a can of cream corn. So I'm going to go ahead and open 2 cans right now. I've got my cream corn and I've got my tomatoes that I'm going to use for my chili later on. But it's a great opportunity to show you the can opener. So with the can opener, it opens both types of cans. So what it does is it separates the lid from the actual can itself. So it just sort of undoes that seal. So right here in between, I don't know if you guys can see that too well, but right there is just a little divot, and you put the lid of the can right there and give it a turn, and it's going to grab the hold of the can. Nice tight grip there. And we just twist all the way around until you feel a little bit of a release. Once you feel that release, you give it a 1/4 turn back the other way, and it releases the can. Now, another little feature is this little bird beak right here on the side. It's controlled by this lever. You give that a little tip there, and it grabs the corner of the can and just pull that right off, just like that. Now, it also has another feature that I think is sadly overlooked with most cans, and that is this little hook right here. Okay, this little hook is for your pull tabs, just like this one. So you can use this and then use the arc of the can opener to actually open the can. So you grab the pull tab like this, and then again, using the design of the can opener, you just roll just like that, and it opens up the can for you. So I'm just going to put in, again, we're not measuring, we're just eyeballing 1/2 of the can. The other half, this freezes beautifully. I'm going to stick it in a Ziploc bag, shove it in my freezer, and the next time I make cornbread, I'll already have some cream corn ready to go. All right. So when you make your cornbread, tell me, what do you usually cook it in? Are you using a baking dish? Do you like the cast iron? Maybe you're a fan of the muffins. usually I like the waffle stick pan and making cornbread dippers for my chili. It's so much fun. But today I'm going to be using the 8x8 glazed stone. Look how beautiful this is. It's beautifully glazed. It's perfect for dishes you want to take from the oven right to the table. And it's the perfect size for side dishes. So think scalloped potatoes, your green bean casserole, your sweet potato casserole, all that good stuff, brownies. And if you guys were watching last week, Karen made an apple crisp in the round stone in the microwave, you guys. I hadn't even done that yet. Amazing, amazing. And because it's stone, it can go in the microwave and it can also go in the oven. So that's really awesome. I'm going to put a little oil in here and I'm going to take it from my oil dispenser. You see it's got these little squeeze marks on the side, and give that a squeeze and it fills up at the top with oil. All right, so we're going to just drizzle that in, just about a half of a tablespoon probably. And with my basting brush, I just go in and baste oil all in here. And no, I do not use the spray, the cooking spray. Great little invention. However, in order to get the oil out of the can, they have to add propellant to it to get it out, and silicone so it doesn't clog. Neither of which you want on your stone or in your food. So just use a little bit of oil and brush it right on, and you will have perfect results. All right. The cornbread is going to go in here. There we go. And again, into a 425-degree oven for about 20 minutes. All right. While that's cooking, let's turn our attention to our chili. Now, I've already got my ground beef browned over here. So when you make chili, tell me, do you use ground beef? Are you ground turkey? Do you do a white bean chicken chili, or are you kind of a chunky, maybe you do cubed steak, cubed chuck, something like that? However you do it, it can all be done right here in this pressure cooker. Okay, so I've got my ground beef already browned, ready to go. Now, I am double batching this recipe, okay? I'm cooking today, and I'm gonna eat today and tomorrow. Because tomorrow, I'm gonna turn this into, make up some baked potatoes and have some chili and cheese baked potatoes. Heavenly, okay? So I've got 2 cans of chili beans here. And I'm using the chili beans that are already seasoned and flavored because I'm a little lazy and I'm not about the draining and the rinsing and all that stuff. So I'm using this. It's already got the flavor in there. So we're just going to dump those right in. And I've got kidney beans for one, and I think I got pinto beans. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Now, I need to know in the comments, are you team beans or team no beans? Okay. I like beans. I don't know if I can do chili without beans. It's like they go together in my mind. Maybe that's just where I was raised in the South. So all right, so I've got the beans in here, 2 cans of beans, 2 cans of tomatoes, and I want to add a little extra veggies as well. Okay, so for that, I am going to grab the newest member of the Pampered Chef family, the Twist and Chop. Okay, so the Twist and Chop just came out this September, and it is amazing. And I know you're looking at it and you're thinking, it looks like every other food processor out there. It's so awesome. Not only does it spin and rotate this way, but it also moves up and down. So it moves up, grabs those chunks of food, and pulls it down into the blade. I don't know about you. Have you ever put food in the food chopper and the bottom turns to soup before the top even gets touched? Not happening with this beauty right here. So I'll get this plugged in, and I have got 2 onions here and 2 green bell peppers. So we're gonna play a little game. I want you to put in the comments how long you think it's going to take me to process up 2 onions and 2 bell peppers, okay? Put it in the comments. What do you think? How long is it gonna take? 15 seconds. Okay, that's really fast. That's really fast. I don't know if I'm that fast. All right. So we are going to go ahead and load this up. Someone start a timer and we'll see how long it takes. All right. I'll put this in. Now you'll notice that I've also got some of my food already prepped here in the prep and store system. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's see. All right. I don't know how long that took, but check that out. Isn't that awesome? Took like no time at all. So we'll just dump that right in. And we'll go ahead and start with the second batch. Now, I am filling this probably about half, maybe 2/3 full, because I do want to make sure I leave enough space for everything to sort of move around within the bowl. So you don't want to overfill it. The onions that I'm putting in here I had cut into quarters. So I'm probably putting about 3/4 of an onion in, not maybe a full one. What we got. All done. I mean, you guys imagine having this in your kitchen for the holidays, where you're slicing up onions and carrots and celery and all of that, making graham cracker crust and processing nuts and things like that for Thanksgiving. How much faster your prep time is going to be when you got this in your kitchen. I mean, just amazing. There we go. Chill salsa, guacamole, anything your heart desires, this can do really, really fast. And of course, hosts can get this for half off. But there is even a way that you can get it for free this month. I'm going to tease that up for later though. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it's one other little feature now. This part, the bowl, the blade, and the lid are all dishwasher safe. You just take a wet washcloth and wipe down the rest of it. But I'm going to show you right here in the lid. You see it's got a little bit of a funnel. And that is for making emulsions. So think salad dressings, making your own homemade mayonnaise. I mean, amazing, amazing. So much you can do with this little guy. And like I said, there is a way to get it for free, but we'll talk about that later. All right, put that to the side. And I'm going to add in my chili seasoning. Now, again, I'm double batching this because I'm gonna make once, eat on it a couple of times. So I'm using 2 packets of the seasoning. Now the chili seasoning does come in a pack of 3. So if you wanted to double down one night, you totally could. All right, so can I rip this or do I need scissors? I'll use scissors. The flavor profile in here, it is not a spicy chili, not by a long shot, but you do have those warm chili flavors. It's got cumin, it's got oregano in it. The onion, the bell pepper, all of those flavors really do come together in here. And I'm just gonna dump both of them right on top and give this a really good stir. Perfect. Now, you guys, because I have already got the ground beef cooked, the veggies and everything is all good. So all we really need our pressure cooker to do is to heat it up, and with the pressure, just infuse all of that flavor into our veggies and ingredients here. So we're gonna roll this over to the soup setting. And there are 14 different presets on the pressure cooker, 14. So we're going to use the soup setting. So roll to the soup setting, hit the button, and I'm going to roll the wheel down to, what do you think? How about we make a chili in 8 minutes? What do you think? I think so. Let's do that. All right, so now I've got it set. I'll hit the button and start. So what is going to happen within this pressure cooker is the liquid that is in there, the liquid from the tomatoes, the liquid from the beans. You could add additional liquid in there. I don't think it's necessary because we did add some extra veggies in there, and the pressure cooker is going to pull some of the liquid out of those veggies as well. So what's happening in here is the liquid is going to start to boil. It's going to heat up. It's going to start to boil. As it boils, it's going to create steam. That steam creates that pressure inside. And once that pressure builds up to, I think industry standards about like 12 psi, somewhere around there between like 12 and 15. There's a little red indicator button back here that's going to pop up. Once that pops up, then the pressure cooker is at full pressure. And that is when the countdown is going to start. So here is a little preheat wheel, and that's sort of measuring the pressure as it's building up inside the pressure cooker. Once it's fully pressurized, that's when this little run is going to change to our 8-minute countdown. So technically it is a little bit longer than 8 minutes, but you're still not having to stand over it and stir. So I consider that a win either way you go. All right, so let's push this over to the side. And one really neat thing about the pressure cooker, if you guys don't already have one, it is one of the featured appliances in one of our starter kits that is on sale right now at 44% off. So I'm just gonna put that there for you guys in case you wanna pick that up. Okay. All right, so I have got over here on the front of my stovetop some delicious apple cider. It is warm, it is percolating over here. I've had it on a low warm simmer for a minute. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna spice it up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna start off with spicing it up with some cinnamon plus. Now we have two different types of cinnamon in our line. There's the crunchy cinnamon, which is really good. But the cinnamon plus is a whole nother level. If you have the cinnamon plus and you've tried it, put it in the comments, shout it from the rooftops. It is my favorite. Not only does it have cinnamon in it, but it's got the notes of nutmeg. It's got ginger. It's got, I think it's orange peel as well, the allspice, the cloves, all the things, those warm fall spices that takes anything that requires cinnamon to the next level. I mean, your banana bread, you put it on top of, sprinkle it on your hot cocoa, anywhere that you would use regular old cinnamon. The cinnamon plus will take it to that next level. So what I'm going to do here is just add in a tablespoon. And one really neat thing about the Pampered Chef seasonings is a capful is roughly a tablespoon. And well, I already told you guys I don't measure stuff, so there it is. So we got the cinnamon plus in there, and I'm going to use my whisk tongs here and just stir this in, work it right in to that apple cider. Now, what's really neat about the whisk tongs is they are silicone covered. So they're not going to scratch up my cookware when I use it, which is really nice. It's flat, which is great when I'm making sauces or gravies or something like that. You really get to the bottom of the pan and around the sides of the pan. But when it's not a whisk. It sort of moonlights as tongs. It's got a little lever here. You can open that up and then you can grab, like if you're making chicken or steaks or pork chops or anything, you can use that way as well. All right. So, all right. We're going to add a little bit of something else to it. Let's add some orange and some apple as well. Okay. So I'm just going to use my simple slicer and I'll put it on, I'll say setting 3, the nice thick slices here. And we kind of grab the guard. The simple slicer, simple as it may be, cannot tell the difference between food and finger. So please always, always, always use the guard for that. Now I'm gonna take the end off of this guy so I can have a nice flat surface to work with. There we go. I'm gonna put that right in here. And this food holder actually has 4 little prongs that pop out to hold your food in place while you use the slicer. And just like that, we're done. How easy is that? Runaway orange. All right, I am going to put just a few of these in the apple cider, and I will use the rest of it as a garnish for later. And I mentioned earlier that I'm using my prep and store system here. And this, well, I'm using the prep and store. The system is, I didn't need that. But it comes with 3 containers like this. So, and this is about the size of, let's say, a can of soda or a case of sodas. That fits right in the fridge. So when you're doing prep work, and I'm a mom, I work, so getting dinner done at the end of a long day, I have to plan ahead if I want to actually feed my kids something other than McDonald's. But this system is amazing because I can put my pre-cut veggies and everything, get it prepped ahead and put it in the fridge. And so when dinner time comes, all I have to do is come, reach, grab what I need, put the rest back in the freezer, in the fridge, and store it there. So it's an amazing, amazing product here. All right, so next thing we're gonna add is some apples. So for my apple here, I still have a sticker on there. Don't know how that survived the wash process. All right. So for my apple, I'm going to take the core out first. So the apple core here. And you see it's got a little bit of serrated edge up here at the top. So use that, push down in here, and just kind of give it a twist. And out comes the core, just like that. How cool is that? So if you have kids that love to take apples to school and maybe they don't want the core in there, you just remove the core like this. And then you can take the center and fill it with peanut butter or Nutella. That way their apple isn't going to brown before lunchtime. And they've got this added little treat in there with some Nutella or some peanut butter, whichever one your kid prefers. All right, so same as before, I'm going to use the guard here, pop that on, and give it a couple slices. All right. So we'll put a few of these in with our apple cider there. We'll save these for garnish later. There we go. All right. So while all of this is percolating, let's build our chili cootery board, shall we? All right. So I am, well, actually, I still do that. I am going to build this on the brand new Pampered Chef dual-sided charcuterie board. this beauty. Isn't this a gorgeous piece? And it's huge. It's huge. Now this ceramic plate comes out, so you can choose to use it or not. It's got 3 wells here. You could use that, set this to the side to have a 4th well and really kind of expand it, or you can flip the whole thing over and have a nice flat board here. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Now it is, Michael will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is acacia wood. And you will need to kind of take care of it a little bit. So get some food grade mineral oil. You can find it at most supermarkets. I'm almost certain Walmart carries it. And when you wash it, dry it, wipe a little bit of oil on it, and that will keep it looking as gorgeous as day one when you use it. Because it is wood, so it does tend to dry out. So adding that little food grade mineral oil on there, it'll keep it beautiful for you. Okay, so we're gonna start our board. I'm gonna add some sour cream, and I'm gonna use these wells here. So I'm gonna draw your attention over to our pressure cooker, and you can see we are almost, that last little pie is working to reheat, so we're really close to it starting its cooking cycle right now. All right, grab a spoon and just put that in here. Now, tell me what toppings you like to have on your chili. I mean, I feel like cheese is a must, but what other things do you like to add to your chili when you make it? Okay, so I'm also going to add some sliced jalapeno. I am not a spicy person. This is mainly for my husband and my oldest daughter. They love the spicy, so we will add some thin slices of jalapeno just for them. I think that's enough. Yeah. Thin slices. Get back in there. And also gonna add some lime wedges. And I'm just gonna do this real quick with the veggie wedger. It wedges into 6 different pieces. And this little tool is awesome for things like lemons, limes, even little potatoes like baby reds and stuff you can put on here. Even like I've done big russet potatoes to make potato wedges as well. Works beautifully. Smaller onions can go in here as well. Hard-boiled eggs, those kinds of things. So I'm going to stand this guy up on the edge and come right down, give it a little shimmy and shake. And now I've got a perfectly wedged lime in seconds. Love that. I'll put that here. All right. So I've also, of course, have my cheese. Now I'll put the cheese on this side. And just make it look real pretty. So the key to a really great board is abundance, okay? So you want to just cover up as much of the board as you can and just make it look as full and just as luscious as possible. And it will turn out great. You'll get all the oohs and ahs, I promise. All of the oohs and ahs. All right. So we're going to wrap this up really quickly because I'm looking at the time. We're going kind of over. But one last thing that I do want to show you is the avocado tool. And for the avocado tool, it's got 3 really nice parts to it. So one is this jagged edge that you use to cut through the skin. The other is a smooth edge that you can use to score and get the flesh out. And then the bottom here is used to get the pit. Now with avocados, To pick a nice one, you want it firm. So when you pick it up and you gently push into it, it should have a little bit of give, but not that your thumb goes all the way through to the pit. So it should have a little bit of give. If it gives too much, it means it's probably bruised. Another great way to tell is right here on the stem. If you pop the stem off, you should see some nice bright green in there. This one might be a little bit over, but we'll see. All right, so we'll take that and we'll just slice right down. Move the sticker. There we go. Slice right down and give it a spin. There we go. Then rotate. Oh, she's not so bad. All right. And now with this end, we're gonna just pop that, give it a twist, and out comes the seed. And then with the smooth end, we'll just score just like that and pop that right out. All right. So while we are waiting on our cornbread and our chili to finish up, Michael, do you have any questions in the Q&A that we can get to?
Do have some questions in the Q&A, but I'm gonna wait just a minute. We're gonna come back because I do want to see that finished chili. This
Yeah.
has been fantastic. Thank you for your mastery of the tools. I'm learning so much from you. So this is awesome. So we are gonna come back to Q&A, but real quick, I got a couple quick announcements, and I think a few people are waiting for us to do our giveaway. So we're gonna do our giveaway. I'll make a few quick announcements, and then we'll come back to some Q&A. The chat is popping off with love for you, Joy. So we're gonna come back to you in just a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do our giveaway. We're gonna jump right in. Tonight we are giving away the sweet cornbread mix that Joy used at the beginning of the demo. This is a delicious mix that's super easy to use. So we're giving away 3 of these tonight, and I'm going to announce the winners, and then I'll get in touch with you afterwards to get your shipping information. So let's see who won our cornbread mix tonight. So our tonight's winners are Jennifer Staton, Patty Paul, and Cynthia Huchin. So congratulations. You are our winners tonight. And again, I will be in touch with you to get your sweet cornbread mix in the mail. It's pretty delicious. So congratulations to you all. And you all saw a lot of good ideas tonight, a lot of great products, and we want to help you know there's a lot of different ways you can get these products. All these opportunities I'm going to explain. We've got a bunch of deals that are ending at the end of the month, which is Thursday evening. So let me talk about it. So if you want to learn more about any of these products, the first place to go is talk to your consultant about that, and they can teach you more. Also, we have just a few days left in our October sale, which is honoring Pampered Chef's 44th anniversary. We're paying tribute to our most iconic products, so all stoneware products and a bunch of stoneware accessories are 25% off. You've got until Thursday evening to place an order and take advantage of this sale. These are incredible baking products, so jump on this chance, talk to your consultant to learn more. Joy mentioned also that there are ways to get some of these tools for free or heavily discounted, and a big way to do that is to host a party. And you can talk to your consultant about how to do that. All you do is invite your friends, tell them about what's going on, and just for a week long, and you can kind of make a lot of fun out of it. And we have an added benefit this month, which is that for the rest of the month, we have a special fundraiser opportunity going on in which you can directly impact hurricane damage in the Southeast United States. So talk to your consultant to get a fundraiser party booked. And you got a couple more days to lock this in because, again, this opportunity ends at the end of the month. So talk to your host ASAP. Or sorry, your consultant ASAP, not your host. You become the host, and then you can talk to them about how to host a party. My slide went backwards. We should go forwards. And lastly, I want to tell you about one other thing that's ending on Thursday, and that is an incredible opportunity to become a consultant yourself. For our 44th anniversary, we are offering a launch kit for either $44 US or Canada, or 44% off our bigger launch kits. This is how you can become a consultant, start your business, do what Joy does, and learn about these products and share them with other people. So it's an incredible opportunity. We have not seen a deal like this in a long time. If you want to jump on this, talk to your consultant to learn more. All right. So that's all I wanted to share real quick. Now, many of our customers get into this become consultants because they love the products. And so we're going to ask Joy a couple questions about these products. So Joy, are you ready for this Q&A? Okay, we got a lot of questions
Yeah.
for you. So I'm just let's fly through these. Let's see. Number one, how much lemon juice in the milk?
1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon. Simple as
Yep.
that.
So it's a 1-to-1, 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of either lemon juice or, no, I'm sorry. 1 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of milk or 1 tablespoon of lemon juice.
Love it. Okay. This question says, doesn't the creamed corn add more moisture?
It does. It does. So it will increase your cook time by just like a minute or two.
We can spare a minute or two, right? Would you be willing to share again the things that you added to the cornbread mix?
Sure. To the cornbread mix, I added a half a cup of cream corn and about a half a cup of cheese. And the standard basic recipe is a 1/4 cup of butter, 1 cup of buttermilk, and 2 eggs.
Love it.
And
Love it.
that standard is on the back of the package. And what's really great, you guys, is when you get the cornbread mix, on the back of the package will have the ingredients, but it will also list for you a couple of different vessels that you can cook in, what cook time to cook it in. So it'll tell you how long to cook it in the 8x8. It'll tell you how long to cook it in the brownie pan or the muffin tin. And it'll also give you instructions for the cast iron, if I'm not mistaken.
Love it. Yeah, so it's all right there for you. That's fantastic.
All right there.
I love it. What pan did you use to cook the ground beef?
Actually, I cooked it right in the pressure cooker. I did that ahead of time because I knew this was going to be a longer demo. So I did it ahead of time. I used the sear function that's on there, and I put the ground beef in there, let it do its thing, and when it was done, drained off the fat, and it was ready to go.
Cool. All right, let's see. I got 3 questions left for you, and then we'll a couple more questions about your experience as a consultant. What is your favorite chili topping? Your personal favorite?
My personal favorite, I love avocado and some sour cream. And of course, cheese is a must. So that goes without saying. But yeah,
Timeless.
avocado is my favorite.
Timeless. Can't beat it.
Absolutely.
Something I don't remember exactly which tool this is a reference to, but it's someone said, "Does it chop nuts?" I'm not sure.
I'm guessing that's the twist and chop, and it absolutely does.
Incredible. Okay. Lastly, oh, speaking of the twist and chop, could you real quick show us how the cord wraps up? Is that
Oh, yeah. It's right here. So on the bottom is a little space for the cord to wrap. So you just bring it around and wrap it just like this,
amazing?
all the way around. And then just pop out the bottom, just like that. And it just sort of locks into place. So when it's in the cabinet, it's only like sticking out this far. So it fits right in your cabinet, just like that.
Is it just me, or is like wrapping a cord like that very satisfying? It's just yeah. Okay. Uh, is your chili ready to see, or do we need a few more minutes?
It has got 1 more minute,
Okay.
and
Let's
then we can release the pressure. And I didn't mention this before, but one of the great safety features about the Pampered Chef version is the placement of the steam release. And that's actually down here on the front panel, as opposed to being up top where the steam is coming out. So that's another great safety feature to protect you from getting burned when you're using the unit.
amazing. Thank you. All right, so
We
let's
thought of
let's just
everything.
they did, and I'm grateful for all the thought and care that goes into designing these products. So,
Cornbread's ready.
oh yeah, pull that out. Go ahead.
So we can
Ooh,
talk. What I'm going to do now that the cornbread's out, though, I'm going to take a little bit of melted butter and some honey and mix that together
oh my gosh.
and brush the top while it's still nice and hot.
Oh man, the honey on there is so key. Okay,
Oh,
so I want to ask you a couple more questions while you do that about your time as a consultant. So you mentioned you've been doing this 11 years, and so you've made some income, you've earned some products, but besides that, What are some of the other things that you have enjoyed about being a consultant, some of the added benefits of it?
Oh man. It has been an incredible ride. Now, the whole time I've been a consultant, I've also worked full time. So I guess
Hmm.
it's been like my side hustle, my 11-year side hustle. It's not even a thing. But I think that what I have really been surprised by with the Pampered Chef business is how much I have grown as a person. Like the Joy of 11 years ago could not
Hmm.
possibly ever imagine doing something like this in front of all of these people and sharing and speaking with confidence about I could have never done this. And that growth is, all credit to what I've learned and done with Pampered Chef. And I think the really cool part about that is something that I've been able to model for my girls.
Hmm.
So they see mommy trying new things and being brave and bold and succeeding and failing just as often, but getting back up and keep going again. And I think that what I have been able to show them throughout this whole process has been, I think, will be the one thing that is the most valuable thing that I'll take away from that. I mean, my
Yeah.
oldest now has her own bracelet business. She's
No.
decided to start a bracelet business. So she makes jewelry. She comes with me to my vendor fairs and she sets up a little table too. So she has her business and we grilled her hard before we let her start. So she had to come up with her own
Put
business
her on
plan
Shark
and
Tank.
figure
Parent
out, yeah, we
Parents
did.
Shark Tank. Yep.
If you want your parents' investment, we need to know what your plan is and all that. And she came up with her own prices, priced out her materials and set her prices and stuff. So I don't think that would have ever happened had it not been for, the journey that I've been on with PC. So that has been
So
my
cool.
most valuable thing from Pampered Chef.
I love that. That is so cool. How cool that you get to model leadership and creativity and I know that a part of that is also because you have some flexibility that comes with this. Now, you are also working full time, so you're a busy woman, but I'm curious, what is the flexibility to do this as a side hustle? How does that play out for you?
The flexibility was the selling point for me because, like I said, I work full time. And I'm lucky enough to be able to work from home, but still I have, that set hours that I have to be on. So when you're thinking about what job you can get on your nights and weekends, your only choice is paper or plastic, or do you want fries with that? And I had no desire to do that. I did that in college. I got the t-shirt. Thank you very much. Not going back. Not happening. So that being able to set my own schedule, being able to sit down with my family's calendar and then sit down with my calendar and figure out where and how to work my business. That part is valuable because the time is mine and I get to control that. So for me, that aspect of it was absolutely the key selling point for this business.
Very cool. Okay. Well, this has been amazing, Joy. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Before we go, can we see that chili?
Yeah, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, while you get that prepped, I'm just going to just share a quick closing announcement. I said this in the beginning, but in case you missed it, we are not having Pampered Chef Live next week. So for those of us who are Americans, it is U.S. Election Day. We'll be out at the polls. So no event next week. We will pick up again on November 12th, and we'll be back in our test kitchen from our home office with Sandy. And Sandy is going to be teaching us how to make a savory side dish, as well as sharing some other tips about how to prep for the holidays. So join us on November 12th. And wow, okay, sorry, hold that up again.
No.
I almost missed it. Oh my goodness.
I mean, you got the beans, the color, the veggies, the texture, and all that. And
The
now we got
epitome of
the
cozy. The epitome of cozy.
beautiful bar here that
Amazing,
we're
Joy.
gonna, all these toppings we get to play with. You
So
can,
fun. Well, I
yeah.
hope you get to have a feast with that tonight. And thank you all so much. Thank you, Joy. Thank you for doing this. This is wonderful. And thank you all for joining us. So we will see you all in 2 weeks, not 1 week. We will see you in 2 weeks on November 12th. I hope you all have a great night. Thanks again, Joy. We'll catch you all later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.